Hey everybody, it's Dash. In today's video, I want to talk about two things that have been on my mind recently. The first thing is about USPS first class shipping going away, and the frustrating hassles of returns on eBay. So let's get right into things. For those of you who don't know, on July 13th, the United States Postal Service is discontinuing first class mail. So that's anything under a pound, it's completely going away. They are going to raise rates and replace it with something called Ground Advantage. I wanted to kind of talk about it because I don't know if everyone knows, let alone if anyone's going to watch this video and give a crap. But I ship a lot of my stuff first class. Like 98% of the stuff that I sell is like a trading card, a video game, or an action figure, and it goes either in a bubble mailer or in a small box. And for them to discontinue that service and say basically we're going to raise the rate, but you're going to have, they said they're going to raise the insurance on everything that's Ground Advantage, which would be first class, to $100. So I mean, unless people are going to make money trying to commit multiple counts of mail fraud, it doesn't benefit anyone unless you're a crook. But it would, in actuality, what it's going to do is it's going to make selling things under $20 on eBay with like free shipping like I do almost impossible, because if it's going to cost $5 to $6 to ship a $10 item with fees and everything, you're going to make $2 or less, and there's no point. So like let me get something here. I just saw it sitting in the desk pile. So here's a Ninja Turtle shredder figure. I think I knocked the Lego stand away. This would sell for about $10 to $12. Okay, it's a 2012 figure. So, like I said, let's say it listed for $12. 2 or 3 years ago, when first class was only like $3, that's kind of a good return on investment if you buy a lot of action figures for $20 at a yard sale and sell each one for $10 or more. The fees and shipping was no big deal. But my whole thing is, who wants this figure for $10 or $12 and then they want to pay shipping for it? Like, I fraction shipping into all my items that I have for sale, so it appears to be a good deal to them, but in reality, it's the same as they were paying for shipping. But they wouldn't know that. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens in July and how they roll that out. And I'm either adding shipping to the things on in my eBay store that are under 10 or $12, or I'm just going to probably just delete them all and try to sell them and a lot to someone who wants to deal with that, because I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, tell me your thoughts in the comments. Hit me up on Instagram. Let's talk about it if you care. If not, I'm moving on to the next topic, and that is returns. I've talked about this before, and I'm probably going to rant. I don't usually complain, but when I see an issue with something, I'm going to call it out, and especially when I feel strongly against it. So I bought an Amazon TV Fire Stick with the charger, everything, about 2 or 3 weeks ago at the thrift store in a little bag for like $2. And that was one of the things in the bag, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Did some research. I thought $20 was the fair price. Like, you know what, I'll sell it within like a day if I mark it as 16. It'll go free shipping, and shipping is $3 or $4. I'll make 10 or $12. Well, sure enough, I listed it on like a Wednesday, and it sold that same day. And I thought, I told you. I know how to spot things like that. Well, I packed it, I ship it, and the next day when I go to the post office, deliver it. Well, almost 3 weeks go by, no problem. Yesterday morning, I woke up to a return request. The return request stated that the item had arrived damaged. Well, my first thought is, when was the item delivered? The item was delivered 2 weeks ago. Okay. The buyer proceeds to provide a photo to me of the item, which was not damaged, and said that they had purchased multiple remotes for the Fire Stick, since mine did not come with one, and they cannot seem to get it to work. They would like to return it, and they want their money back. Well, eBay won't let me deny the request because the buyer says the item had arrived damaged. Well, my first question is, if the item arrived damaged, why didn't you initially tell me and want to return. They said, well, it works, it doesn't work with the remote, and I want my money back. Okay, for those of you who aren't, detectives like Batman, it may be hard for you to understand. The buyer opened a request saying that the item was damaged. The buyer provided me pictures that the item was not damaged. The buyer admitted that the item worked, it just didn't work with the remote they bought, and they want me to refund them the money. For those of you who weren't born yesterday, I see that as absolute and uncastrated male cow poop. Or for those of us who don't censor our words, that's fucking bullshit. For the sheer fact is that it works. It just don't work with the remote that they bought, and they want to return it. I told them, look, you've had it for 2 weeks. If something is wrong with it, I think that's your problem. eBay told me I have until the end of the week, so Friday or Saturday, so that's in 2 days. They want me to work with the buyer to find a resolution. Well, like Mark Twain said, you can't reason with an idiot, because at that point it brings you down to their level, and it doesn't matter. So my whole thing is I had contacted eBay. Well, you can't call eBay anymore. You have to have eBay call you. So I waited for about 3 minutes. eBay finally calls me, and of course, their wonderful support team is based somewhere else, where someone talking like this doesn't understand English and doesn't understand what I'm saying. So in the nicest way possible, I just say, hey, look, this is what's going on. What can we do? Without him admitting he can't do anything, he says there's not much we can do, and there's no point investigating it because eBay will make its decision after you and the buyer try to negotiate it out. And I said, so what you're telling me is you're wasting my time and I'm wasting yours because you're not going to do anything. He said, there's nothing we can do because eBay wants you and the buyer to work it out. But as I've known before, if you don't bend over backwards and kind of take one for the team, eBay will make you forcibly return the item, or the buyer gets to keep the item, and you have to refund them. Sorry, I'm all congested with allergies, and I didn't want to have you see me hawking loogies in my spit cup. But the point is, eBay wasn't going to do anything, which makes me think, okay, if I can't find a resolution for this, I'm going to get a strike on my eBay account, lose my top-rated seller status. I should just eat the $16. But I don't want to. That's the whole point. Because the lady admitted that it works. She opened a fraudulent return by saying it was broken, proving me with photos it wasn't broken, and that it works, but it just doesn't work with the remote. Well, this morning I woke up to 2 more messages begging me to please refund her the money. Not return it, to refund it. She gets her money, and she gets the item, and I get screwed. Well, I thought about it. I thought there's no point in trying to contact eBay and basically have them help me because I'm the one making them money, because without sellers, eBay wouldn't make any money. So why the hell did they bend over backwards and give the buyer whatever the hell they want, and they screw their sellers? Without sellers, there would be no eBay platform. That's how I feel about that. So I sent the lady a message saying, look, you're saying that it doesn't work when you've obviously admitted and shown me pictures that it works. Whatever it did, if you say it doesn't work, is on you. So I'll make you a deal. I gave her a refund for $8, which is half of the $16. And I said, if you take that, keep it, throw it away, do whatever you want with it. And I have not heard anything back. But I feel like she's going to say no and she wants a full refund. And then I'm going to have to give it to her. And it's like, this doesn't happen very often. And luckily it doesn't happen with $400 or $500 items. I'm sure it has. I've heard horror stories of people selling laptops and then the buyer will say that they got a box of sand or something and eBay forces them to return the thing. And I'm like, well, when you've got a history of selling on eBay and 98% positive feedback, who in their right mind is going to ship you a box of sand? I don't get it. It's just frustrating because $16 is still $16. And yes, like I said, God forbid it's not $400 or higher. But I don't know. Have you ever had this issue before with returns, or in this case, returns that obviously are fraudulent or stupid. It's one thing, you know, if I guess you sell a pair of pants and the pants don't fit. That's still kind of BS because I have no returns on my thing, and if they find a way, you know, I don't know. That's really all I want to talk about and all that's going on with me. So if you like this video, I don't know, go to my eBay store and buy something. If not, well, enjoy your day, and me and Shredder are going to list some stuff on eBay. So yeah, tell me how you feel in the comments. If not, don't watch my crap. Shout out to my ex-wife's lawyers who I know watch these videos. Doing a great job. I'll see you next time, guys.